I'm suggesting you made a mistake. You thought we were primitive newcomers who needed guidance. You were wrong. We're not newcomers, we're veterans. And we didn't forget how to fight. We just forgot who we were fighting. Jackson pulled up humanity's military deployments. In the 3 months since the discovery, while the Council had debated and theorized, humanity had been mobilizing. Not for exploration, not for colonization, for war. Our ancestors left us clues, Jackson continued. Buried deep in our genetic memory, our myths, our instincts. We've been preparing for this war for 50,000 years without knowing why. Every conflict we've fought, every weapon we've created, every strategy we've developed, it's all been practice. The first Devourer fleet hit the outer colonies 2 days later. The Council's combined forces engaged them with standard tactics. Advanced energy weapons, coordinated fleet maneuvers, precision strikes. They were annihilated in 4 hours. The human fleet arrived 6 hours after that. They didn't use standard tactics. They used ancient ones, strategies so old they predated written history, warfare so brutal it seemed primitive. But it worked. The Devourers had evolved to counter modern galactic warfare. They hadn't evolved to counter humanity's second attempt at survival. In the command center, watching human vessels tear through enemy formations with ruthless efficiency, Velmoth finally understood the ancient warning. Humanity hadn't forgotten how to fight the Devourers. They'd been carrying the memory in their bones, waiting for the enemy to return. The galaxy had panicked too late, but humanity had been ready for 50,000 years. The archaeological team thought they'd found another dead civilization. The ruins on Kepler 186f were ancient. Carbon dating suggested 50,000 years old, maybe more. Standard protocol for the Galactic Survey. Catalog, study, move on. Then they found the writing. Dr. Velmoth, lead xenoarchaeologist, stood before the massive stone tablet with growing unease. The symbols were primitive, carved with crude tools into volcanic rock. But the language itself, impossible, he whispered. His assistant leaned closer. What is it? This alphabet. These root words. The grammatical structure. Velmoth's tentacles trembled. It's Proto-Earthling, the ancestral language of humanity. That can't be right. Humans are newcomers. They only achieved space travel 200 cycles ago. And these ruins are 50,000 cycles old. Velmoth pulled up his datapad, overlaying the ancient text with modern human linguistic databases. The match was undeniable. The humans didn't just reach space 200 cycles ago. They reached it 50,000 cycles ago, and they were everywhere. The discovery triggered a galaxy-wide investigation. Within months, the evidence became overwhelming. The unknown builders of the Cygnus megastructure, human architecture, the extinct first colonizers whose settlements dotted 100 systems, human DNA in the soil, the mysterious ruins on dead worlds across 3 spiral arms, all human. Humanity hadn't been newcomers. They'd been the first, the original starfarers, the ancient ones, and then they'd vanished. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session. Ambassador Velmoth presented his findings to a chamber full of species who suddenly realized they'd been catastrophically wrong about their newest members. We don't know what happened, Velmoth explained, his voice grim. But approximately 47,000 cycles ago, humanity controlled systems. Then something went wrong. A war, a plague, a technological catastrophe. The records are fragmented. Within 1,000 cycles, human civilization collapsed completely. They regressed to their homeworld, lost their technology, forgot their own history. And now they've returned. Council Director Zefrak said quietly. Rebuilt from scratch. Reached space again, without any memory of what they once were. The implications hung in the air like poison. Humanity had risen before, fallen, and risen again. What had destroyed the first human empire? The answer came 3 months later, from the wrong direction. The signals appeared at the galaxy's edge. Massive energy signatures, artificial and hostile. Ships emerged from dark space, constructs of metal and malice, bearing technology that predated even the ancient human ruins. The Devourers had returned. In the council chamber, Velmoth pulled up the final tablet they discovered. The last message carved by ancient humanity before their fall. We couldn't stop them. We could only slow them. 40,000 years. That's how long we bought you. When they return, find us. Find Earth. We'll remember. We always remember. Ambassador Jackson stood before the council, his expression unreadable as he studied the ancient warning. His people had been briefed. Psychologists worried about the psychological impact of learning their species had once ruled the stars, then lost everything. Jackson's response had been simpler than anyone expected. So we've fought them before. And lost, Zephyrak reminded him. Your ancient empire fell. You barely survived as a species. We survived. Jackson's eyes hardened. That's what matters. Our ancestors bought you 40,000 years. They paid in blood and extinction for that time. And you used it to build what? A council that debates while the enemy returns. What are you suggesting?